Over the stretch of shoots I've done, there was one thought I had. I wanted to get back to minimal. We did just that. Collaborated with Paige, the stylist of the shoot. She got things going and was a great support. Given everything that went on, I'm glad we were able to still push through. We decided to run with a monochromatic, all-white look. I casted Shelby for the shoot. She absolutely killed it and made it what it was. Very thankful to have great talent in front of the lens. I think it's important to be able to look at your model and get inspired by them and start capturing. For me, it's all about who I can cast to fit the direction we're going in. We shot 3 looks in various setups due to our C-stands breaking. Variation is something I like in order to keep it fresh on the same location, yet still be cohesive. Don't be like me, please use sandbags for your C-stands. I knew better, but didn't do better. So instead, I just made it work. Luckily, Paige brought some additional props with her, various chairs, and we ended up using the fabric to help add to the set design, which was clutch. It's always nice to have something within the environment the model can interact with to make it a bit more dynamic. I've always wanted to do an outdoor backdrop setup, and even though we didn't use it for all of the looks, I was still pleased with our results. One thing I didn't forecast was getting these beautiful deep shadows from some of the surrounding trees to the west of where we were shooting. One thing it always pays to do is to be aware of the best lighting to shoot in for what you're going for. Within my work, I love to create depth with more than just a large aperture. I love to use light to do that, along with composition. In this look, what I loved most was extending out the fabric and using that as a line to Shelby, along with much of the shadows within the foreground and foliage from the environment. With this being a very open environment and vast, as we move towards Shelby, we see a few objects of interest: the props, the chair, the fabric. Then to the background, we can see there's no shadows behind her, which adds to that depth of field through lighting. I wanted to prioritize including black and white once the shadows came to add additional emphasis to the lighting. And then just look at the camera. Good. Keep going. Yeah, we can keep going. For the last look, it was about removing everything we added and truly being minimal to the location, but with an emphasis of motion. I wanted to get Shelby moving and running by the end of the shoot. We're already warmed up and loose, but I wanted to get even more in sync by getting our heart rate up and going. I wanted motion blur, out of focus, weird composition. I wanted to shoot from the hip and get something that really felt like a moment within the shoot. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And then just tilt your These cars are flying by. I guess what I'm trying to get to is, no matter how much you prepare and plan, things can still go wrong, and it's really about how you react when that change happens. I have a favorite saying that I say quite a bit, and it's, the future favors the flexible. So how flexible are you willing to be? Bend, don't break. You know, to be honest, today started off really good. It started off really good, going great. And, you know, overall, it's been a great day. But basically, I've just wrapped up a shoot probably about an hour ago. And I've kind of just been sitting up here and just kind of like enjoying the nature and Agora Hills, just like outside of LA. And basically, I was late to the shoot. And I feel like when that happens, there's a little bit of chain reaction that happens. And even though it's just a test shoot, I still hold myself to a high standard. I think it's super important to be punctual, but even though I was late, some things kind of took place. Our hair and makeup artist wasn't able to show. It's kind of a last minute ordeal. Luckily, the model we shot with has like a gorgeous, like natural look. And yeah, we just made it work. I think just being hard on myself is like why I've kind of stayed up here. I haven't left. I feel like I'm just processing everything that's kind of just gone on today and over the course of my trip. You know, what's kind of led to me feeling like this, to be honest, is another thing that came up yesterday. Basically, we were on set, we're on a shoot, on location, and we're just getting heckled. Bottom line, we're just getting heckled by some person there, just like super annoying, making everyone feel uncomfortable. And after kind of being there and getting prepared, getting prepped, we just kind of decided that it was time to leave the location. Maybe it could have been easy just to call the shoot done, call it over, but so luckily myself and everyone on the team was down to be flexible. And then we moved to another location, and then when we got to that location, essentially things weren't going right in order either, in terms of just like trying to achieve that peace on location, trying to get in that vibe, channel that energy, and prepare for your shoot. It's so important to me to play off the energy that's on set. I think that's how my photos end up coming about, to be honest. And I'm just saying all this just to say, expect the unexpected, be able to react, be able to be flexible. When things come up, what are you going to do? What's going to be your next step? You know, obviously as a photographer on set, like you're the lead person. Everyone's looking to you to lead. Everyone's going to go forth with whatever you're most comfortable with. And obviously they have to be comfortable too, but people are going to look to you to kind of take charge, and that's like so important. And just take accountability too as well. I definitely did that today, and we still make it work. You know, regardless, the show must go on. And I think as the shoots close and they wrap up, it kind of gets back to that original feeling. And that original feeling is the feeling of what sparked you to start the shoot, what sparked you to plan the shoot, what got you excited. Like, once everyone kind of gets in that flow and settles in, it's really a beautiful thing. And it's kind of like almost you forget about everything that's happened. You know, even today, the C-stands that we're using, somehow one of the bolts or whatever just completely flew off and broke, and that was a situation, and we kind of just pivoted. And how we pivoted was basically using the C-stand for one look and taking the fabric that we had and laying it on the ground and using the chair, and then for the last look going without it. But it was nice to get it in. I mean, you know, it was extremely hot when we got up here, and then it kind of cooled down. You know, being used to going up in the mountains and stuff, I was expecting the weather to be a lot more chill, but yeah, just expect the unexpected. Things happen. And it's okay. It's all about how you react. How are you going to move forward when that thing happens to you? It could be on a shoot. It could just be in your life. But, you know, mainly I'm referring to being on set, shooting, doing your portrait photography, doing your fashion photography. Things happen, and, you know, for me, I always feel like there's a lot of pressure on me not to like shoot the photos, because to be honest, I think that's the easiest part, but just to rally all the troops, get everybody on the same page, over communicate, let everybody know where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, help control the tempo of the shoot, just guide everyone. Is so important to have that skill. and let that shine through. So I guess this is just to say, or just to remind, things don't always go as planned. Be prepared, be flexible, take ownership, take accountability, and just be the leader that you're supposed to be. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Holla.